Today's yoga class is centered all around the fire element. And the fire element in Chinese medicine rules not two organs, like not just two organ systems like the rest of the elements, but four. So it rules the heart, the small intestine, the pericardium, and the triple burner. And when we think of the fire element, I like to think about how these elements correspond with the plant world and the plant life cycle. The fire element in particular corresponds with the flowering of a plant. If we go to the stage before that, it would be the germination of the plant, and that would correspond to the wood element. Then we've got our fire, our flower, our opening. Flowers are very expansive, opening. And then the stage after, which is the earth element, which we'll be doing next week, is the fruit. So when we practice with fire element in mind, we're embodying those characteristics of expansion, rising up, energy rising. We're going to throw in a few more energetic options today. We're going to be doing a little bit more of a vigorous flow, but of course I'll give lots of options for if you're not feeling really up to it today. And yeah, I think let's just get started, shall we? So come into a cross-legged position. I'll come back here. Excuse my Ugg boots. I'll take them off when I'm brave enough. So we're going to bring our hands together in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. Finding a nice, tall spine, comfortable seat. Taking a big breath in. Exhaling any residue from the night before. Any cobwebs that have accumulated. We're going to spread the fingers apart, still keeping our Anjali Mudra. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the arms up, turn the palms away. And as we exhale, it's like we're scooping forward with the hands, rounding the back. We're going to roll the backs of the hands onto one another and keep rolling so that the fingers point in towards the heart. We keep rolling onto the little pinky edges of the hands until we come back to a prayer, an Anjali. So it's an inhale to lift the prayer up. Exhale, turn the palms forward, scoop like a big ice cream scooper. Start to roll the backs of the hands onto one another. Keep rolling as the fingers turn towards the chest. Little fingers touch and back to prayer. So inhaling, lifting the prayer up. Like a big lotus flower opening. Exhale, scooping forward, roll the hands. Come back to a prayer. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhaling. And as you lift up, see if you can start to embody that expansive energy. Exhale, round the back, scooping forward. Palms together. One more, like the lotus rising up out of the mud. Inhaling. Exhale, scooping forward. Circling the hands. Hands back in prayer now. Taking a nice deep breath in here. And a full breath out. We're going to interlace the fingers now. And as you inhale, lift the elbows up. As you exhale, we're going to press the palms of the hands away from us. Maybe look towards the ground. Again, that rounding of the back of the heart. Inhale, just do what you can as you lift the arms up, maybe above the head, maybe they hover slightly in front of the head. And as you exhale, release the hands in a big circle. This is called circle of joy. We bring the hands behind the lower back. If possible, we interlace the fingers here and inhale, start to straighten the arms as we lift the chest. And then exhale, release the hands, bring them back in front of the heart in Anjali. So we're getting into the meridians in the arms here. Interlace fingers, inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, press the palms of the hands away, maybe look down at the floor. Inhale, lifting arms all the way up, big wake up, the heart meridian. Exhale, circle of joy all around the body like you're drawing a protective field. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lion's heart. Maybe the arms move towards straight, lifting heart. Exhale, release hands, coming back to prayer. We're going to do that one more time, interlacing the hands. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhaling, arms lift up. Really waking up the chest, the thoracic spine. Exhale, that big circle of joy. Bring your hands behind the back. Interlace if you can, and inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Bring the hands in front of the chest. All right, let's just do that one more time, and I'll watch everyone. Hello, Hannah. Good to see you. Good. Hello. Hi. All right. So as we do this circle of joy, start to become aware of, especially the inside edges of the arms. This is where the heart meridian runs. Nice. And then when you finish, just bring the hands back in prayer. Beautiful, Sybil. From here, I'm going to finally take my Ugg boots off because I have to now. From here, we're going to come into a kneeling position that my Thai massage teacher calls the toe cruncher, which isn't very nice. But if it does feel like your toes are being crunched with the toes tucked under here, you can just sit with the toes untucked. So I'm going to keep them tucked here. All right. And what we're going to do is start to, again, come in touch with this heart meridian. So the heart meridian starts just under the armpit. It runs all along the back of the tricep, all up the little finger side of the arm. So it's like the underside of the arm. And we're going to start to bat that meridian. So starting from the armpit, that tricep, all the way up the little pinky edge of the hand, and then back down towards the armpit. In China, they say that if you do this every day, batting along the heart meridian, you will never have a heart attack. So nourishing the heart meridian corresponds to the fire element. And then other side, if you haven't swapped yet. I find it quite invigorating, like it tends to wake me up a little bit, batting along this meridian. All right, so once you've gone up and back twice on each arm, we're going to open the arms out nice and wide. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the arms forward, cross the left arm over the right, and bend the elbows, fingers point up like little flames towards the sky. Now we're going to come into Garudasana arms. So you can either keep the backs of the hands moving towards one another, or if possible, you can double bind, bring the palms of the hands towards one another. Now as we inhale, we can lift the fingertips up towards the sky. And as we exhale, we can feel the elbows moving back down towards the floor. This should open up the space at the back of the heart where the rhomboids are. So inhaling here, lifting up. Exhaling, let the elbows drop down. Now we're going to add to this. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then we're going to start to make a big circle down. So instead of just dropping the elbows down, we inhale, circle the arms up, and then go all the way over to the right side to circle down. Your torso will probably start to circle as well. Let's just do that one or two more times. Inhaling, you should start to feel those spaces between the ribs open up. Inhale, coming back to center. Release the arms, open. Ooh. And just bring the hands to the lap. Let that sink in for a moment before we do the other side. So the spaces, with the fire element, the space is where the magic happens. When I was a kid learning to light a fire from my dad, I learned that it's the space between the logs that allows the fire to be a fire. So when we pause, when we take space, this is a chance for us to really allow that oxygenation of the fire element, for that presence to come into our practice. So let's do the other side, opening the arms, inhaling. This time crossing right arm over left. Notice the space. Inhale, pointing the fingers upwards, bending the elbows, bringing the backs of the hands towards one another, or bringing palms of hands together. Garudasana arms. Inhale, lifting the fingertips up. This time as we exhale, we're going to circle all the way over to the left side, moving your torso to come down. And then inhale, coming back up. Exhale down like a flame dancing in the wind. Inhaling up. So we should be feeling an unwinding, a stretching, a moving of the fascia. One more circle. The next time you come up, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, release. Ooh, should starting to feel those arms now. All right, last one here. If your toes are getting sore when they're tucked there, you can untuck them. Otherwise, if you can, keep the toes tucked, especially the little pinky toe. We're going to cross left arm over right, and then turn the palms to face one another and interlace the fingers. Okay, from here, as we inhale, we actually lift the hips away from the heels, lift the arms up, and as we exhale, we're going to bring the hands back towards us, butt back to heels, bend the elbows, circle the arms, take this really gently. Inhale here, just going to a few degrees before your limit. We're stretching the little muscles in the wrists and the head. And then to undo, we inhale, lift up, come all the way up. Maybe a tiny back bend there. Exhale, come all the way back down. Release the hands. So really starting to wake up the rest of the body. Inhale, open the arms. This time right crosses over left. Turn the palms to face one another, so thumbs point towards the floor, and then interlace the palms. Inhale, we lift up, arms come up high. Exhale, bringing those hands forward, circling, and then just coming to, your limit here. Maybe a bit of a rounding in the upper back. Then to come out of it, we reverse. We inhale, lift all the way back up again. Maybe there's a little back bend here. Exhale, bringing yourself all the way down. How did we all go with that one? Yeah, nice, Hannah. Yeah. Well done. All right, so everyone, we're going to come onto all fours now. Coming onto hands and knees. We'll start to move the rest of the body. So hands underneath shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide. We're just going to start with a regular cat-cow. So as you inhale, we're looking slightly up, moving the back of the head towards the tailbone. Tailbone starts to point up a little. And as we exhale, rounding the back. We're going to do that one more time. So inhaling, cow pose. Exhale, round the back, doming the upper back, cat pose, but this time we're going to hold it here. Hold your cat pose. Try to bring your shoulders further over your wrists and really dome through that upper back. Imagine that you're vacuuming, you're sucking all your front body up towards the back of the heart. Yeah, good mum, nice. Nice, Pete, yeah. Perfect. Take one more breath in here, really feeling the shoulder blades pressing onto the back ribs. Nice. And then exhale, coming back to a neutral spine. So we're going to do one more round of that with the option this time of making it a cat plank. So we can either do what we just did, or we can come up, tuck the toes, come up into a plank, And same thing, we round the upper back. So we're doming the upper back. Shoulders are over the wrists. For 3 breaths here. Just going to check how everyone's is looking. Yeah, 2 breaths and really strongly pressing into the hands. Nice, Sybil. Yeah, good, Meg. And 1. Bringing the knees down to the floor. Buttocks to heels. We'll take a little mini child's pose. Remembering we can take this pose at any time throughout the whole class. All right, and whenever you are ready, we'll make our way into a downward facing dog. All right, and feel free to walk out the dog a little bit. Might be the first one you've done for a while, so go easy on yourself. Moving the fingers away from the face, the hips back towards whatever's behind you. All right. On our next inhale, we're going to lift our right leg up high towards the clear sky. When we exhale, bend that knee, bring it towards the nose. Maybe hover there for a second, and then step the foot between the hands or take a few steps if you need to. We're going to bring the back knee to the floor, and then swivel that foot, that back foot over to the right side and come on up. So we end up in what's looking like a low warrior. Hope that's clear to everyone. That right knee is kind of somewhere over the right ankle. We inhale our arms up in line with our shoulders, and we exhale here. So my left toes are tucked. That just gives me a bit more balance. Now we're going to flip the right palm up. And as we do that, we inhale and we lean over to the right side. We also flip our left palm up by turning the thumb towards the floor. We keep turning, we keep turning. So the left palm is facing the ceiling, but the arm is, it's not just the regular way up. It's inwardly rotated, if that makes sense. We inhale, come back to the center, and then we exhale, swap the arm. So it's a little bit of a twisted arm dance. So now my right palm is inwardly rotated. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, swap the arms. Kind of like the warrior offering his or her or their sword. Inhale back to the center. Change the arms. Exhale. Nice. So inhaling. We'll do 2 more each side. And with the breath, just breathing in whatever way feels good to you. So for me, that's inhaling to come to the center and exhaling to reach out off of the sword, but it might be something different for you. 1 more each side. Starting to get in the outer seams of the body. Inhale back to center. We're going to bring the hands back to frame that right foot. Left toes tucked behind us. Lifting the left knee up off the ground. From here, we're going to inhale, open the right arm out to the side. Twisted lunge. And as you exhale, scoop the right hand underneath the right thigh, doming the upper back again. We're going to do 2 more pulses like that. So inhale, lifting right arm open. Come and watch. Exhale, scooping that hand under the thigh, doming or rounding the upper back. Nice, Hannah. 1 more like that. Big inhale to sweep that arm. Beautiful, Meg. Exhale. It's like weaving that hand underneath. Yeah, great. Okay, bringing both hands to the outside of that front foot to frame the foot now. We've got the option to either step back into a downward facing dog, or you can step back into a plank and move through a vinyasa. You can step back to plank, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, come into a cobra. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor and then ripple back to a child's pose. Eventually coming back to downward facing dog. So I just talked through the more gentle version of a vinyasa. You can also take a more traditional chaturanga, plank, more yang version. Nice, Hannah. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, and then we're going to do all of that on the other side. So meeting in downward facing dog when you're ready. Yeah, nice, Michelle. And we're going to inhale the left leg up to the clear, vast sky. Inhaling, exhale, bend that knee, bring it all the way forward. Try to touch the knee to your nose, even if it's just in your mind's eye. And then step that foot between the hands. Bring the right knee down, the back knee down to the floor. And then from here, we're going to come up to our low warrior. So you're going to swivel that right foot out to the side. So we're in our low warrior now, arms up in line with the shoulders. Turn the right palm up, and the left palm up as well, but we turn the thumb towards the floor, inwardly rotate that arm. Inhale, leaning out, offering the sword. Exhale, back to center. I swap arms. Inhale over to the other side. Exhale, back to center. So we're going to dance with this sword warrior, the warrior offering the sword. And we're becoming aware, hopefully, of the heart meridians, the thigh meridians in the arms. 2 more each side. If you feel like you need a bit more padding under that right knee, by all means, grab a pillow, blanket folded up, or even just folding up your mat a bit more. Inhaling, exhaling. The next time you come over to your left side, we'll bring both hands to frame that left foot. Swivel that right foot back in, lift the right knee up so your back toes are touched. So we're ready for our twisted lunge. Right hand on the floor. We inhale, left arm open. And as we exhale, we're scooping that hand underneath the left thigh. So 2 more like that. Inhale, twisted lunge. Exhale, and as you scoot, really try to dome through the upper back to make that space in the thoracic ribs behind the heart. 1 more, so we're doing 3 all up. Nice, exhale, scooping. Beautiful, everyone. All right, inhale, we'll frame the front foot with both hands. You can either step back to a downward dog or a child's pose, or step back to plank and move through a vinyasa. Nice, nice there, Pete. Yeah, maybe even coming into an up dog instead of a cobra if you feel your body's ready for that. But just listening, noticing the gaps between breaths, the gaps between postures. See if you can pour your attention into those gaps. That's what keeps the fire burning. If we kind of just rush through things and we don't even breathe or don't take a moment to kind of just marinate and enjoy, then the point of the pose or the practice is kind of lost. All right. So we're going to come down onto the knees now, everyone, and come into a nice front body opening, Ustrasana. Now, if you had blocks, now would be the time to have your blocks handy, 2 blocks or 2 phone books or 2 thick books. If you don't have that, don't worry. Okay, they're not totally necessary. So, and also if you need any padding under the knees, do so. Grab that padding. Make yourself comfortable. We're going to tuck the toes and bring the hands onto the hips and lower back. So for this one, we're going to release our left arm and inhale like a big backstroke movement. Inhale, bring that arm behind us in a big circle. And then bring the hand back to the hips. And then other side, inhale, opening out. Big circle behind us. And then back to the hips. So you can keep just moving like this. This might be plenty. You might already be feeling quite a lot of opening happening through this dynamic camel pose. If you feel like your body's ready to go a bit deeper, remember to keep your tailbone kind of tucked under to protect your lower back. Inhale, this is optional. Maybe that hand comes down to the heel. Maybe not. Other side, inhale, big circle. Maybe the hand comes down to the heel. Maybe not. Inhale, big circle. Keep the tailbone tucked under. Maybe one hand comes to the heel. Inhale, big circle. Maybe the other hand comes to the heel. So for Ustrasana, you can either keep the chest lifting as if it's a hot air balloon and really work on a little bit more of a back bend, or you can keep your bum closer to your heels. So listen to your body. We're only going to be here for 2 more breaths. If hands to the heels is too strong, then keep your hands on your lower back. Your hands can really support your lower back here. All right, 1 more breath. Yeah, nice, Hannah. Good work, Sybil. Awesome. Nice, Meg. Well done. All right, and then to come out of this, there are 2 ways. You can either just bring your butt down to your heels, or you can use one arm as a big lever to bring yourself up. So we're gonna cross. If I'm on my knees, I'm gonna cross my left ankle over my right, and I'm gonna come to sitting here. I'm gonna grab my 2 blocks, but that's because my arms are short. If you have long arms, this next pose is actually going to be more accessible to you. And I'll just show you what I mean. So Lolasana, this one's called. I grab my blocks and I'm going to come up onto my hands. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to come up onto my hands and just start to bring my weight forward. Maybe one foot comes up. Maybe both feet do. Not going to happen for me today. But just practice with bringing a little bit more weight into your hands. So if you don't have blocks, you can still do this. Maybe there's a little moment where both feet come off the ground. So this is asking us to really activate our shoulders, our arms, and our core, the whole front body. You can extend your arms first and then maybe lift the feet up just for a second. All right, so we're going to try that on the other side now. So come on down. I'm going to come down to my knees and I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left. I'm going to bring my hands onto my blocks or onto the floor, whatever you've got. We lift our knees up off the ground. Still, our ankles are still crossed. And then I really press strongly into my hands. I dome my upper back like we've been doing quite a bit of doming. And then maybe one foot comes up off the ground. Maybe both feet. For a second. Just going to see how you're all going. Even if you don't feel like a lot's happening, that's okay. We're priming and firing up our upper back for the next pose. All right, awesome. And then everyone, we're going to come down here into Malasana, which is a squat. So bring your feet out a bit wider than your hips, toes slightly pointed out. Coming down to a squat. Remembering that you can roll up the mat behind you and bring it under your heels. If you feel your heels need a bit more support or they're not quite touching the ground. So from our squat, we're going to turn our toes slightly inward. It's a little bit different to the squat we normally do. And we're going to drape our arms over our knees like a big chimp. So that the backs of the triceps are, the knees are pressing into the backs of the triceps. Again, where that heart meridian runs. You can just drape your arms over like this and leave it here. Next option, if you want to take it today, is coming into our crow pose. So for me, I like to put a little bit of padding under the heels of my palms. My wrists aren't that great at the moment, so I like to do that by rolling my mat up towards me. And then I bring the heels of my palms onto that rolled up mat. You could also use blocks, or you might not need anything. Just see what your body asks for. From here, I lift my heels up off the floor. So already I can feel more weight coming into my hands. I grip the ground with my fingertips and I really press the backs of my knees into those triceps. I'm starting to also squeeze the elbows towards one another. Maybe one foot lifts up off the floor. Maybe both feet. Maybe no feet. But it requires a lot of engagement of the front body. Nice, Pete. Yeah, you got it. You got it. 1 foot or no feet is just fine. Awesome. If you're feeling really yang today, you could, with control, bring the head to the floor and maybe press up into a headstand, Pete, or not. Totally optional. Okay. And eventually, when we come down from that, everyone, we're going to roll forward into an uttanasana. So the hips go up, the backs of the legs move towards straighter. They don't have to be straight at all. And the head hangs like a big coconut. Oh, just releasing all that tension in the arms. The head is very heavy. Maybe you could bring the palms of the hands under the feet for Padahastasana. So we're bringing in a bit of coolness, water, to balance the fire of the arm balances. Nice. You can either stay as you are or you can interlace your arms behind your back and start to straighten the arms, reaching the hands up over the head. The intelligence of the heart rising above the head. Yeah, nice. Just being gentle with those shoulders. But we also want to open the shoulders a little bit up. So this prajna, this feeling of deep heart intelligence, this deep intuitive, spacious knowing and loving in the center of the chest, rising up over the noisiness of the head. Well done. Okay, gently releasing those hands, bending the elbows a little. When you're ready, letting the arms flop. And then on an inhalation, we're going to slowly roll all the way up to standing. Coming into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Well done, everyone. So if you need to shuffle to the top of the mat, if you're not already, then go for it. We're going to move through a little bit of a flow. Your arms should be feeling like new arms, new shoulders. So from the top of your mat, let's inhale, lift the arms up like that flame rising, flower opening, maybe looking up. As you exhale, folding forward, bending the knees as much as you need. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Hands might be to the shins or fingertips to the floor. And then from here, we're going to bring the hands to the floor. Exhale, step the left foot all the way back. Swivel the left heel in so that left foot is flat. And then inhale, come all the way up to warrior one. So our back leg is strong and straight. Our right knee points forward, tracking out over our right toes. And our arms come all the way out. So warrior one, our hips are more squared to the front of the mat. Palms together, fingers spread apart. We inhale here. Then start to bring the thumbs towards the hairline. Elbows bent. We're going to inhale here, maybe a little tiny back bend. Maybe the thumbs even slide towards the back of the skull. And then as you exhale, let your torso come forward. Lift that back heel up off the floor. Good. So we're in a high lunge. If this is too strong, bring that left knee to the floor, okay, at any time. Inhale, we're going to cactus arms out to the side. So it's like two L-shaped arms out to the side in a high lunge. And then from here, you're going to cross your left arm over your right. You can swivel that left heel in, back foot flat on the floor, so we're more in a warrior two stance now. With the arms, we're coming into our Garudasana arms. So backs of the hands move towards one another, all palms touch. We inhale, lift the fingers up towards the ceiling, and then again with those big circles like we did at the start of the class. We go back, down, and all the way around back to the front. Inhaling here, making some big circles. So we're going to do a couple more like that. I'm just going to see how everyone's going. Beautiful. Everyone looks good. Yeah. Remembering it's okay if the palms don't touch. It can be the backs of the hands moving towards one another. Yeah, great. Okay, the next time you come to the front now, we're going to keep our feet in this warrior two stance. Open the arms up, inhale. And then bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest. Maybe the hands start to move away from you, strong through the legs. As you exhale, we're going to bend forward from the hips as if we wanted to bring our right ear to our inner right ankle and the arms overhead. Humble warrior. Don't worry about how far into the pose or how deep you go. Just take it to where your body wants to go. We're going to be here for 2 more breaths. So breathe deeply. Well done, everyone. Trust your legs. 1 more big breath in and out. Beautiful. So to come out, we inhale. Use the strength of your legs and your body to come up. Release the hands. Hands either side of that right foot. Now your option here, either vinyasa or a downward dog or a child's pose. Listen to your body. It will tell you exactly what you need to do. Just 1 more breath in this little pause between the movements here. The space is what's really needed for fire to be strong and transformative. Okay, well done, everyone. So from here, you can either bend your knees and spring to the top of your mat if you're feeling really yang energized today, or you can walk with me and just kind of saunter your way up, step by step, all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. A little bend through the knees, press through the soles of the feet, and inhale, rise all the way up. Maybe bring the hands above the head. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Well done. Let's do the other side. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding forward. See just the wind coming through here. Inhale, halfway lift. This time as we exhale, we take a big step back with our right foot, swivel our right heel in, and inhale the arms up to a warrior 1. So hips as much as possible moving to square with the top of the mat. Good. Exhale, bring the thumbs to the hairline, elbows bent a little bit. And then as you inhale, there's an option to start sliding the thumbs back towards the back of the head. Little back bend, maybe come in here. Maybe come in. Nice. Exhale, lift the back heel, pivot the torso forward to get ready for this next one where we inhale, cactus arms out to the side. So the back knee's got a little bend in it. And then exhale, we're crossing the right arm over the left. Garudasana arm, swivel that back heel in, adjust your stance if you need to, warrior 2 stance. Yeah, inhale, lifting the fingers up. Exhale, big circle over towards your right foot, and then down and around back to the front. So we're really exploring those spaces between the ribs, that space we need for the fire element. 1 or 2 more of these big circles, everyone. Doing so well. Well done, Meg. Yeah, beautiful. Awesome. And then the next time you come back to the top of your mat, we're going to inhale, open the arms up. So traditional warrior 2. And then bring the hands behind the back. Maybe take the opposite interlace of the fingers to keep things really balanced. We inhale, start to stretch the hands away from the lower back. Maybe the heart lifts. And as we exhale, we pivot from the hips to bring that left ear to inner left ankle or thereabouts. Humble warrior. 3 breaths here. Good, Pete. Nice. 2 more breaths. Nice, Sybil. Just listening to those arms, shoulders. You don't want to push it any further than it naturally wants to go. Beautiful. Everyone, when you're ready, inhale. Use the strength of your core and your legs to come back up. Release the hands. Cartwheel the hands to either side of that left foot, and then your choice, vinyasa, downward facing dog, child's pose, or anything else that you feel called to do, that your body is yearning for. Nice. We all end up in downward facing dog. Okay. So taking one more big breath wherever you are. Full breath out through the mouth, maybe a sigh. And then we're bending the knees. We can again either spring to the top of the mat or you can walk with me. Nice chilled out walk. Bringing feet hip width apart, bending through the knees, and inhale, slowly roll up all the way through the spine, coming up to Tadasana. So we're going to come into one more standing balancing pose before we come all the way down. So we're going to come into a full Garudasana, or eagle pose. So bring your weight into your left foot. I'll take you through a few versions. So first variation is bringing the right heel to the inner left ankle. So that might be plenty for today. If you feel like you've got a bit more, we can inhale that right knee up. Let me just turn around. And then bring the right ankle to the outside of the left knee. So it's like you're crossing your legs, sitting in a chair. Your butt starts to move back a little bit. And if you've got a full Garudasana, you can bring that, hook that right foot behind the left calf, then go for it. We're going to inhale, open the arms now. Bring the left arm on top of the right, and then coming into the same thing with our arms. Back of the hands together or palms of the hands. Inhale, we lift the hands up towards the ceiling. It is tricky. Exhale, maybe we sit down a little more. 2 more breaths here. Clear, bright equanimity. So if you fall out, who cares? No big deal. 1 more big breath in, clear and bright. Exhale, release the arms, release the legs. Maybe shake out that left foot. Well done. And just noticing the clarity and the calm that can come after those kinds of balancing poses. So other side, bringing your weight into your right foot now. Option to come into little tree pose, if that works better today. Or lifting the left knee up, crossing that left knee over the right, and like sitting down in an invisible chair. Or taking the double bind if it's available to you. I find for me, I've got it on this side, on the other side, I don't got it. So we're going to inhale, open the arms, cross the right arm over the left, and then eagle arms. Garudasana means eagle pose. Inhale, lifting the fingertips up, maybe sending the butt back. Exhale, moving the hands away from the face. Clear and bright for 2 more breaths here. Well done, everyone. Just doing whatever you can, however your body adapts to this pose. Well done. Nice, Hannah. I like that variation. 1 more big breath in. Exhale. With calm and control, open the arms, release that left foot, give the right leg a good shake. Well done, everyone. So it's pretty much down the other side of the mountain from here on out. Oh, hello, little one. So cute. So everyone, we're going to come down now onto our hands and knees. Onto hands and knees. And then bring ourselves, just if you're up for this today, if it's too strong, you can not worry too much about this. Just stay on the knees. Or if you can, Bring the knees up off the floor in a plank. So from our plank, we're going to bring our right forearm down. We're going to bring our left forearm down. We're going to bring our right hand onto the floor and then our left hand. You can step your feet so they're all the way together so you can really zip line up the center. Right forearm down, left forearm down, right hand, left hand. So we're going to do that a couple more times, trying to minimize the wobble of the body. So you really want to keep things as still as possible. These postures where we're zip lining into the center are really good if you've had a baby not so long ago and you've got any kind of diastasis recti, that separation of the abdominal muscles, from about 12 weeks after birth onwards if you had a natural birth. Yeah, well done, Pete. When you've had enough of that, everyone, we're going to come all the way down onto our belly and rest on our belly, forehead to floor. Big exhale. You can bring the hands above the head in a prayer and rest the prayer on the floor as well. Breathing into the back of the heart, maybe feeling that warmth, that expansiveness of the fire element. Hello, Hannah. It's so nice to see your smiling face. Well done, everyone. So there were some more challenging postures in that class, but we're really well and truly sliding down the other side of the mountain now. We're going to come into maybe our second last posture of the day. This is the Maka Ho for the fire element. So take your time. Just allow your heart to rest, remembering that the heart always pumps blood to itself before it pumps it to the rest of the body. So we need to give back to ourselves before we can give to everyone else, something that mothers need to hear all the time. I know that I do. All right. Oh, gorgeous. All right, so everyone, I can see, yeah, Meg, we're ready to go. So we're going to come up into a seated posture and come into Baddha Konasana. So knees wide, soles of the feet together. The feet are quite close to the body here. So this is the Maka Ho, the characteristic posture for the fire element. With your index fingers, you can loop around your toes and then bring the thumbs together, the pads of the thumbs together. We inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to fold forward a little bit from the hips, or a lot from the hips, just depending on what your body wants to do. Moving your heart towards those tips of the thumb. The elbows will go out to the side. And I know this is just a bit cute, but if you look at your fingers, they're in the shape of a heart. All right, inhaling. So in the Maka Ho, we can actually also visualize the color red, a deep color red. Inhaling, imagine the color red. And as you exhale, this is optional, you can make the key sound for the fire element, which is he. So in this Maka Ho, we are activating the secondary, the extension meridians of the heart in the legs. As we inhale, imagining that bright, red, rich flame color. And as we exhale, maybe sounding he. Very soothing to the heart. Nourishing for the fire element of the body. In a similar way to the way certain plants, certain fire element plants, heart herbs are nourishing to the heart. It's kind of like a hawthorn berry infusion for your body, for your heart. This Maka Ho, this posture. All right, we're going to take one more breath here. And then when you are ready, we'll slowly come on up. We're going to bring the legs out in front of us and bring ourselves all the way finally onto our backs. Just to come to a twist. So we might bring the feet mat width apart, arms out wide, and just moving the knees from side to side. Windshield wiper twist. As the knees move to one side, maybe you can turn the head to the other side. Really feeling the fascia crossing the front body move. So the movement comes from your core. You can either keep with that more flowing twist, or the next time your knees come over to the left, we can, actually no, sorry, let me start again. The next time your knees come to the center, you can cross your left leg over your right, pick up your hips off the floor, move your hips over to the left, and then bring both knees over to the right for twisted roots. Twist. Maybe there's a double bind like there was in that Garudasana, maybe not. Either looking straight up or over towards your left hand. If the twisted roots doesn't feel so good, then forget it. Just bring the knees over to the right, looking over to the left hand. Breathing into the belly as much as you can here. Noticing those spaces between breaths. Noticing that even when we've got contact and twisting and turning and undulating, there is always potential to make space, whether it's through the breath or through the stream of thoughts in the mind. Well done. When you are ready, let's inhale, bring those knees all the way back to the center. And if you had twisted roots, we untwist the roots. Knees pointing up to the ceiling. Actually we'll cross our right leg over our left if you wanted to try twisted roots. Lift the hips, move them over to the right, and then both knees over to the left. Maybe we look over to the right thing. So a gentle massage for our abdominal organs of digestion, our liver. Just allowing the breath and the thoughts to pass. You are the sky. Thoughts passing through are like clouds. They will come and go. They will arise and pass away. The sky is always there, always holding it. Be like the sky. Not getting attached or wanting certain clouds, certain thoughts to hang around or to go away. Just accepting, holding it all. Well done. All right, we'll bring the knees slowly back to the center now. And come into Shavasana, our last few minutes here. If you did have 2 blocks, you can make a kind of shape like a T. I don't know if you can see that, a T where there's a space between the top bit and the bottom bit. And we can put that on our mat. So even if you don't have blocks, this might motivate you to get some because they can be really delicious and stuff like this. And then for a heart opening Shavasana, we bring our middle back over the first block, and the second bit, the top of the T, supports the back of my head. And from here I can either straighten my legs or keep my knees bent, bring my arms out. And it's just a really beautiful thoracic opener. You could also use a bolster or a couple of pillows, or if you're quite happy where you are, you can just lay on your back. Maybe if you have a pillow to pop under your knees, that can be very nourishing for your lower back and your belly, but all right if you don't have any props. Closing your eyes, letting the breath come and go, letting the body completely unravel, unwind. No attachment to thoughts, remaining equanimous, pure and bright equanimity. Staying in that open, expansive blue sky, and slowly begin to come out of Shavasana. Just taking your time, being very gentle with yourself, stretching, wiggling, moving in any way that nurtures and holds, eventually rolling over to one side, curling up into a little ball, and eventually coming back to sitting. You can keep your eyes closed if you wish, just for a last couple of moments of stillness, noticing how you're feeling in your body, particularly the upper body, the arms, the chest, and the heart space. And bringing hands together in front of the heart. And if you feel called to, you can set an intention for the rest of the day. Whatever this feeling is that you have in your body and your heart right now, see if there's a word that could describe it or come close to describing it. And if you wish, you can see if you can infuse that word and that sentiment into the rest of your day and take it with you off the mat. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. Thank you so, so much for being here. I'm just going to unmute everyone now. Unmute. Yep. How did we all go? Is everyone okay?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. If anyone's called to share a word, I would love to hear it, but you can also not.
Thanks, Case.
No worries. All right, so thanks everyone. Hope to see some of you next week. Donations can be made at the link on funkyforest.com.au/online classes, I think it is. If ever people are struggling and you can't make a donation one week, please know that that's okay as well. I really just want people to come along regardless. I think that's it. Thanks everyone. Next week we'll be doing the earth element. Yay.
Thanks, Kate.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so good to see some new and not so new faces here. Thanks everyone. I'll be here a few more minutes if anyone wants to chat. Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks, Casey.
You're welcome, Mum. It's good to have you here.
Hello. Yes.
Hey, it's great to see you.
I just realized I can actually see all of you too.
Yeah. Yep. You just changed.
Yeah, thank you, Casey.
You're welcome. So welcome. I think very soon they're going to actually soften the restrictions.
Okay.
In Western Australia, they're already letting groups of 10 do group fitness again. So
yeah.
I don't think it'll be too much longer till Queensland does the same.
Yeah, no, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If you wanted to go for a herb walk today, let me know.
Yeah, well, I'll give you a call and we can have a...
Sounds good. Okay, bye.
Are you going down to the green now?
Yes, I am actually. Yeah.
All right. Do you have a car?
No, but I was going to just ride my bike.
Yeah, okay. Well, I might come with you. I could pick you up if you want to go down.
Sure.
All right.
That'd be great.
Well, I'll see you soon then.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
I don't actually know how to hang up. Oh.
Yeah, good question. Oh, there we go. How'd you go, Mum?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
Today I don't feel so bad.
Oh, good. Did you feel bad last week?
No, I think the first time was really bad.
Yeah. What do you mean bad? Did it hurt?
Well, it was a bit sore, but then afterwards, during the day, I felt so much better.
Yeah, you do feel better. Yeah.
Like, every day since I got home, or every day since I came back from Malaysia, or even before that, that sciatic pain. But I've been doing stretches, but I got lazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been walking every day, and that helps.
Yes.
I think it's just the way I sit